My slides. Her Royal Highness, Our Lady Julia, my own mommy, Mrs. Professor Rita Dixon, Emeritus Professor Nana Boache, the Opemsuo Foundation chairperson. I am really privileged, though this is my second time with the masterclass program. It feels different every time I have to share with our young ladies. So today we are going to talk about, I'm supposed to talk about career goals, career development, and building skills. Do I have the, or they will operate? Okay, next slide. International Women's Day 2025 is a special time because it also marks the 30th anniversary for the Beijing Declaration. And for those of you, I know many of you are not at 30 years, so you were not there. But when people talk about Beijing, they talk about women empowerment. That was the most progressive document, the most progressive blueprint on women empowerment, women equality, and all those things. It doesn't mean we want to rise above the men. It's just trying to say that we need space to operate. And today is 30 years. The theme for this year, for all women and girls, rights, equality, and empowerment. There's a special call to empower the next generation, especially young women and young girls. So we fit what the Opemsuo Foundation is doing, just fits in the theme for this year. We do not take it for granted because we are here because someone says something. And as we go on, I will share with you one role model I have who swears always. She seems to have a quote for everything I do. Because she said, anytime one woman rises for no reason, he doesn't have to say it, but she rises for a lot of women. And that is who? Maya Angelou. Next slide. So we are going to talk about our career goals, which are plans and ambitions a person has for life. There are short-term ones and long-term ones. We'll talk about it. Then building skills, which is the process of learning, and then career development. Next slide. So this quote is also by Maya Angelou, and I want you to take notes. And this I have in my office, and I love it. And it says, my mission in life is not merely to survive. We are not here to just survive, but to thrive and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. So we are not just going to just go through life as every day, be born, grow, eat, sleep, and then pass away. No, we are going to make a difference. We are going to make an impact. This is Maya Angelou, just to let you know. And by the way, she lived in Ghana in the 60s. She lived greatly in Ghana when there were assassinations of Martin Luther King and those people. She was in Ghana. She's an American poet, a memoirist, civil rights activist, especially for blacks and women, and an actress. Born in the 1920s as a girl, as a female, is a challenge. If we think we have problems here, we cannot compare ourselves to her situation because her families were what? They were slaves. And slave boys have use. A slave girl is of no use. You can't do any farming. So it's a challenge. Parents were separated by age 3. She was raped at age 7. And because of this rape, she couldn't talk for about 5 years. She was almost dumb. She had her first child at 17. But she didn't let these things define who she was. So even as we are even starting as a much better level than this lady. She went forward to write about 7 autobiographies, a lot of books, a lot of plays. She didn't have a daughter, but she wrote a book for her daughters, you and I, that we may read it and enrich our lives. She had 50 honorary degrees and a presidential award from the United States when Obama was president, before she died. So just keep thinking about this woman as we go along. What are career goals? Again, they are plans and ambitions a person has for their lives. And we will define the slide. We will define, I don't know whether definitions came, what a career is, what a profession is, and what a job is. A job is something you just do for cash. Okay, today they said we should come here, come and assist, arrange tables. It's a job. When you finish, you get your pay. You go away. A profession is a special job that you learn. You have to get some skills. Carpentry is a profession. You can't just decide to set a carpentry shop. You need some special skills. Medicine is a profession. You need to be trained in that area. But a career goes beyond the profession. It's how you want to live your life, the whole of your life. There are a lot of ups and downs. It may change. So there are short-term ones, and then you have your overall long-term. But why decide to do career goals? I mean, you don't even have a profession. You are only at SHS. Why are we talking about career goals? Because it shapes how you are going to behave. It gives you direction. It gives you a choice. At this level, most of you have chosen, you're already doing science or business or arts, but having something in mind would guide you. People are doing arts now, but if you want to do nursing, you can do arts with nursing. So having a goal for which career you want to go decides how you are going to choose the next opportunity that you have when you are after the SHS. It keeps you motivated. If you want to be a doctor, when you see doctors going, you stand and watch them for some time. If you want to be an engineer, when you are going and they are doing the roads, you want to spend some time, you get motivated in that area. It helps you make informed decisions. So many things, many choices will be thrown at us. But when you know where you are going, you make informed decisions. Track progress, and then boost confidence. So we are going to plan for our career. We are going to think about it, and we are going to set goals from here. Thank you. Next slide. So there are plenty. We talk about career options. These are actually professions to the best of their professions, but that is where you start from to build a career. You will start from something. And I put examples for what we are doing. Someone is doing arts. When you say, what do you want to do? I want to do law. Aside law, what do you want to do? They don't have anything. So there are other options. There are social sciences, political sciences. You meet a member of parliament, you talk to them, and you can see that they just stood for the position. They don't really have what it takes. There are courses and things you do that will give you information and knowledge in where you want to go. You want to do business, plenty of things. Banking, finance, taxation, a whole lot of areas. Sciences, mucho plenty. Mucho, right? Options are many. Doctor, being a doctor, a whole lot of areas. Pharmacy, physician assistant, nursing, biochemistry, biologist, zoologist, multiple. Next slide. The engineering, aerospace, mining, petroleum, home economics. These days, everything, there's a program. So being in the catering business, the fashion designer, being a chef, you make awesome meals with style, with decorations. Visual arts, and all the other things that you can be. These are stepping blocks, stepping stones, right? What you do in your first degree does not define your career, but it gives you the opportunity to build on something. So even when you don't know and you have been given something, don't think that it's for nothing. It's a stepping stone. So how do we get there? And there was one line. If you want to teach, if you want to be a lecturer, every field can give you that. If you want to be an entrepreneur, every field can give you that. If you want to go into research, every field can give you that. So don't feel limited in any way. Just have a goal. So we are going to look at how we can achieve some or the career goals that we decide on. Next slide. The first thing is to know yourself. Self-discovery. Know yourself. Socrates said, knowing thyself is the height of wisdom. God loves variety. We are not the same. They are different. We have all been given different gifts. Ask yourself, what do you do best? What is your strength? My daughter came back from school. In fact, she called me Saturday. It was sports time when she went to Form 1. She says, Mommy, some people know how to run and throw the javelin and do this and do this. I don't know anything. I said, don't worry. Tell the PE mistress that what you do best is taking care of the athletes. When they come back, you say, you get the water. You get this for them. How are you doing? This you do very well at. After the sports program, she was given the opportunity to take care of the money for the house, for the students. And she moved on to become the house prefect. You get it? Use the skill you have. We are not interested in what you don't have. Who are you? What do you have? I know I like to talk to people. I can really talk to young child, baby, older adults, and I really spend time with them. So all the time, I'm interested in that area. If I'm given an opportunity, some people can do what I do as a specialist in taking care of older adults. But the way I connect with my patients, they will have a problem there. You get it? So look at where you are good at. If you can sew, these days people sew one slit cover, it's 6,000. And we are in a queue. We are waiting for our things to be sewn by them because they are putting their skill to use. So know thyself. That's the first one. Next, please. Set clear goals. And when you set your goals, don't hide them. Put them around. Create a vision board, a career roadmap, and it works. I had the opportunity to travel when I was in medical school, and I decided that whatever it is, I'm not going to stay abroad, even if I go there. So when I had to go there because my husband was there, I put the date I'm coming back. I put 6 years I'm coming back. And then when it was about a year to that time, I knew that August 2011, I'm opening my clinic. And I changed my passwords and other things to 0811, 0811. Everything is 0811 because I'm coming. And truly, in August 2011, I opened my clinic. So you have to put the dream in front of you so that even when your friends, sometimes you get shaken, you go to one place and your friend says, I know people who are booking their course, and then their friend says, I'm booking publishing. You say, is it available? And then they book it too. So you don't get swayed. When you have your goals, you don't get swayed easily. So set your goals. In setting your goals, we all talk about it. If this is the first time you're hearing it, know that your goals have to be what? Smart. It means it has to be specific. Don't leave room for the devil or anyone to throw you off. Very specific. It has to be measurable. You can feel what you are trying to do. If you do not have where you are going, then you are going to, if you get to KJT and you don't know where you're going, then you are going to choose based on which car is available or the cost of the fare. But when you know where you are going, if your cost, you don't have enough money, you go and look for more money. So know where you are going. Attainable, it has to be realistic. So if you are not good academically, you are always middle or the lower part of the class. And your friend says she wants to be a doctor. Up to this time, all I know is that medicine picks the top of the class. That means it will not be attainable for you. And you don't have to cry because you have been given some other gifts. That is where the things that you are good at, that is where you have to go. There's this girl, Akosia, she's a dancer. She went to Wesley Girls. She's dancing in Britain and dancing everywhere because she's a dancer. And I'm sure when she wanted to dance, initially people would say, why are you doing that? You could do art, you could. But she's very good at it. And now she's on international stage everywhere. So do what you are very good at. And then time bound. If you don't put time, everything is infinity. Next slide, please. Number 3, education and continuous knowledge. You cannot do anything without knowledge. Knowledge is power. Even more so, knowledge becomes power when we put it into use. So knowledge that you have gained, that you have not been using it, everything that we use gets bigger. That's how God has made us. Whatever gift you have given, if you use it, it gets bigger. Knowledge used is in the right way. It's wisdom. So please, do not underestimate knowledge. And it can be learned from everywhere. Learn hard skills and soft skills. The soft skills is what gives you the positions. The communication, the teamwork, the problem solving, what gives you. As women, in addition to the profession, we have things. We have other jobs. We are going to be wives. We are going to be parents. These soft skills is what is going to. You cannot be a powerful, a successful mother if you are lacking in these soft skills. So do not joke with them. And the technical, the hard skills are the ones that will let you get hired. So when you finish, we have some doctors. I have one nurse, Emanuela, at the Tech Hospital. She comes around. She just came to do her rotational nurse. The way she does her things. When I'm hot in my clinic, I say, let me call Emanuela. Because when she comes, she's going to help you write this. Doctor, can I do that? Doctor, that skill is going to take her to level. So when there's no room for hiring, we will say that, can we please get one person hired? Because of her soft, not her certificate. Once we get a certificate, it's the hard skills that we have acquired and the soft skills that will get us there. 5 is networking and mentorship. And for those of us, for our teachers, for our tutors, this is a powerful tool. So I come back to KNUST. I've been moving around. I trained in Legon. I don't know anyone here. How do you get known? How do you fit in the system? First of all, because I knew what I wanted to do. When I finished Legon, I didn't do my house job at Kolebu. I came to Komfanochi. So that when you go and come back, you will not be a senior. Do you get it? You will not be a big person that no one knows. So at least Komfanochi people know me. But I've come to KNUST. I want to do research. What do you do? When you see people doing works on research, when they say there's a seminar on research, then I went. Then I sat there, and then one Dr. Amuesi, very renowned in research, he says, hey, boss, I didn't know you were in town. I said, I'm here. Then he says, what are you doing? The next time we are doing another course, I will include you, right? That is networking. So the next time they are doing another course at KCCR, then they send me a message. Then I went. So the next time there was a job about someone, a medical monitor, he called me. I was even cooking. He says, boss, there's this job I think you can do. But I've never done that before. But networking, your name has to be mentioned when the job comes. And that is where networking. What about mentorship? There are a lot of teachers here. After O-level, as a Monicas, I'm standing under some tree. I'm talking to my advanced teacher. I said, Mr. Wachi, I'm going to go to Pempe College for sixth form. That's what I wanted to do. Because the boys' schools could take girls in their sixth form. And I said, so she said, no, Phyllis, I think you should go to Wesley Girls. I think you do very well there. You should go. I said, okay, then I'll apply. Do you get it? I heard one teacher saying she wants to be a powerful leader, right? An influential leader. That is an influential leader. And that change made a huge difference in my life. Because someone said, no, do this, don't do that. And when I returned and I set up my place, I had my membership and my mentor, may his soul rest in peace, Prof. Beduado. She said, Phyllis, I think you should teach. I think you should teach because you are a teacher. I said, is that so? So I applied and I came for my first interview, 2011 or 2012. But then, if he had not said it, maybe I would just continue primary practice. So what we do, having a mentor, and I had him when I was a house officer and a medical officer, and he followed me. When I was abroad, everything I'm doing, I talk to him, he sent me letters, recommendations, we keep talking. So they guide you, they place the steps in front of you so that you can move a step. If you have people guiding you, you move faster than your colleagues. So have a mentor and have a good one. Next is resilience and adaptability. Darwin says, it's not those with the good levels that can go up, but those with what? Able to resist the change, those who can adapt. Things will change. You will come back and then circumstances are different. You may want to do engineering, but you don't get it. Then you get another course. What do? Those who can adapt. You have to excel in that. Excel so much that you will finish and they will give you a PhD, straight PhD in something that some of the engineers want to what? Do. But if you do not you meet a block and you decide that you are not going to, you want to sit and cry, crying never got anyone anything. So please, be resilient. Next is to take action. Stop wishing. Wishes does not get anyone anywhere. But start. You don't have to be great to start. But you have to start to be what? Great. So please, start today. Have a plan. Next slide. Building skills. Learning and improving abilities needed for success in career. At every stage, you need to. You see, even though most of our public systems, promotion is by, okay, when it's 4 years, you go and apply. Then you get promoted. When it's 5 years, if you do not build some skills, you will never get anywhere. Or you will be in that line, and that line doesn't move that fast. But if you build skills, then you rise exponentially. It takes you from one spot and puts you at next level that you don't even know how you got there. Next one. How does one build career skills? Learn the hard skills. Okay. Every hospital now is what? Paperless. If you finish as a nurse and you cannot type, how do you work? So when you have free time, when you have vacation, learn how to type. Instead of looking at people dancing, people shaking all the time, makeup, eyelids, all the time. Our ladies are on TikTok and they are on Facebook, and you are wasting time. You are wasting precious time. Learn how to type. Learn how to speak. Learn how to walk. Simple things. Speaking is not easy. Stand in the mirror, learn how to speak, so that when you are called on spontaneously, you will deliver. Learn soft skills, communication. Okay? Don't gossip. Don't waste time talking about someone else. Praise the people around you. Do online. There are many places to learn. In fact, these days, when I was called for this clinical trial, not just a clinical trial, but medical monitor. So you are going to monitor 4 countries. It's an international trial. What do? I quickly went to, then he said, oh, you could get a course at Coursera. So I went searching online. Then I found that the NIH, the National Institute of Health by the US, does free program for introduction to what? Clinical trials. It was it's open from October to June. I found it in March. Do you think I made it? Sure. I finished the course. So you finish the course so that by the time they are calling you to talk to you, oh, knowledge is coming from your mouth like something, as if you have already been schooled in it. No, but when I had the opportunity, I went to learn. I went to learn. Please, when you are given, we say women empowerment, you give the work to the lady, the next day, oh, my daughter has autism, and then I have to, this is like a month ago. I hired one woman. I'm like, you knew this. Share it so that we even know what to do. Then the excuses starts coming. You know, I cannot do this on this time. Once you are given the opportunity, you have to grab it, learn, and then make sure that you meet the goal so that you encourage positions to be given to other women. If we give it to you and you make excuses, you are blocking a whole chain of other women who will not be given the position. Learn from others. Role models, you don't have to meet them. I never met Maya Angelou, but you meet. You have her books to read. You have her quotes. You can watch her. Watch people from a distance and copy what you like about them. Mentors are there, networking, career fairs, and then act. You see, knowledge used is knowledge what? Multiplied. Knowledge shared, knowledge multiplied. If you go and if you leave today and you do not make any effort to have career goal, you have wasted your time. You have wasted your time. So anytime you gain something, then you use it. Next slide. That is how you build the skills. And then the skills will stay. Career development. So this is more for when we are already into it. So for those of us here who are working, for those of us here, tutors and other things, how do we develop? This is an ongoing process. Next slide. Change is what? Inevitable. Change will come. But personal growth is what? A choice. Not doing anything means you are going back. If you do not improve yourself, it means you are going backward. If you have one CD and you do not save it, that's why God got pissed with the one who hid his money. Because the money is less in 2 years if it's not used. And that is how we are. So personal development is what? It's a choice. You have to decide to do that. But even more so, no one is going to do that for you. Okay, your parents are guiding you, paying for your fee, but your development is your choice. How do we do that? Self-assessment. Okay, where do I want to go? I'm a teacher. Maybe when I retire, I don't want to really do teaching. I want to do this. So knowing where your other strengths that you want to put in, you start learning things. You start learning you want to do some catering. You just have to, these days, knowledge abounds. 2 minutes. Last weekend, I made some new donuts. You just watch online. These days, it comes with videos. You get your things, 2 minutes, you are doing what? You are doing it. Oh, I was stuck in Nebraska for about a year. I went to learn cake decoration, making toffees, and I did my brother's wedding cake. Because you learn one area, another area, all of them online. Because for the first time, I didn't have any children with me, no one, no husband to serve you. I was so free, I didn't know what to do. Not that I wasn't working, but after work, I realized that I had time on my hands. So that is what you do. Explore what is out there. There are plenty. These days, you can't even get people to hire. There are plenty. But the workers are what? Few. The people with the skills are few. So explore. Look out. One of my mentees came and said, boss, I want to do this course. It's something online. So we are looking at the courses. I'm trying to advise her what to do. And I said, these courses are good. But there are one university in the US is 3 months on leadership, on management. And I realized that if I want to do these 4 courses, it will take a whole year, and they are still certificates. So as we are searching, then we found the School of Public Health. We looked at the courses. I said, hey, Dennis, I think we can do this, because instead of me going to do these 4 courses in a year, I could do MPH. Do you get it? And that comes with what? That's a whole degree. So it's okay. With my mentee, Dennis, let's do it. There are a whole lot of things out there, but you have to do what? Look. When you have time, search, gain experience and network, and then advance your career. Continuous. See what you've been teaching for a long time. You want to work in the office. See what they are looking for. See what course you need to add. Next slide. So to conclude, what do I say? The takeaway for this thing. Career options are many, but the field is competitive. We are not looking for people who don't know anything. Aim to excel, because excellence is an attitude. You don't need anything. You don't need any training. You just decide that I'm going to do this very well. And Maya Angelou will say, do everything what? Do your best in everything. And when you know what is better, you do what? You do better. So the next day, when you know what is better, you change. You do better. You do better. Then you are doing what? You are going up. Get inspired. Look at people. Read on powerful women. Just look at how they do their things, how they sew their cover, and then do that. You cannot want to be a bank manager and then every time you want to dress like the musicians. No one will hire you. You enter the door. You may be good. Your certificate is powerful, but you're in the wrong profession. You enter the gate, they say, oh, next week we will call you. We really like you. Thank you so much. No. No one is calling you. You don't look like what you want to be. So take action, be empowered for success, and start today. It is very important. Next slide. So that is my last word. Life is going to give you just what you put in it. No ifs, ands, or buts. You will get what you put in it. Put your whole heart and everything you do. Pray and then wait. Then the good things and the fruits will come to you. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Mrs. Phyllis Terrier. This is loaded. Somebody say this is too loaded.